Good morning, children. How are you? Hope you all are fit and fine. Today I am going to explain you a new and very interesting chapter, the world of microbes. In this chapter, you will learn about what are microbes, different types of microbes, useful and harmful microbes, and also the protection from harmful microbes. So let us start Chapter 5, The World of Microbes. As you know, children, we all are surrounded with different types of living things. But some of these cannot be seen with naked eyes because they are so tiny. So, these tiny organisms are called microorganisms. Micro means tiny. Micro means tiny. And organisms means a living thing. So, microorganisms or microbes are tiny organisms that cannot be seen from naked eyes. So, how can we see them? We can see them with the help of microscope. So, what is microscope? You know, microscope is an instrument used to see very tiny organisms which cannot be seen with the naked eyes. So, we can see these tiny organisms or microbes with the help of microscope. These microbes are found everywhere on the earth. They are found in air, water, soil, and even in our body. There are 4 major types of microbes. What are they? Bacteria, viruses, fungi, and protozoa. So first we learn about bacteria. What are bacteria? Bacteria are the most common living things on the earth. They are single-celled microbes, means they are made up of only one cell. Do you know the fact about bacteria? Bacteria are among the first life form to appear on the earth. Bacteria are found everywhere and in almost everything. It means they are found in every habitat on the earth. They are present in air, water, soil, dirt, and even in your stomach and your favorite food. Can bacteria make their own food? No. Bacteria get their food from living things or decaying matters. But some bacteria contain chlorophyll-like pigment and make their own food. Bacteria are of different shapes. They may be round, rod-shaped or spiral-shaped. Some bacteria are very helpful to us. Some bacteria help in our everyday life. They turn milk into curd. Some bacteria live in our intestine and they help in digesting our food. Some bacteria, they break down dead plants and animals into small particles which get back to soil that make the environment clean and also make soil richer. So children, you must be thinking that these bacteria are good for us. No, all bacteria are not good for us. There are some bad bacteria that can make us sick. Some bacteria cause diseases like typhoid, food poisoning, cholera, tuberculosis, tetanus, pneumonia, and some cause tooth decay. So, these bacteria that make us sick are called pathogenic bacteria. So, what are pathogens? Pathogens are diseases causing microorganisms. Some bacteria spoil the food like fruits, vegetables, eggs, bread, etc. and give out a bad smell. So, children, we have learned all about bacteria. Let us move on to the next type of microbe, that is virus. Viruses are the smallest of all microbes. They cannot be seen using a simple microscope. They are so tiny, so they cannot be seen with a simple microscope. So how can we see them? They can be seen through a powerful microscope, that is electron microscope. So children, it is very difficult to call virus as living or non-living because they become active inside the living beings. Viruses can only survive inside the cells of other living things such as animals, plants, bacteria, etc. And once they enter a living organism, they multiply and cause diseases. Viruses are always harmful to us. Have you fallen ill with symptoms of coughs, running nose, and sneezing? So what would happen? This is common cold. It is caused by a virus. Chickenpox is also caused by virus. Apart from common cold and chickenpox, viruses cause other diseases like mumps, influenza, measles, viral fever, polio, etc. You know children, one of the virus that is affecting the whole world in the present day? Yeah, it is coronavirus. It is affecting the whole world. We all are suffering from this virus. And these viruses float through the air, surface of water, and even on the surface of our skin. Viruses can be spread from one person to another by shaking hands and also when a person coughs or sneezes. So what are the preventions? Yeah. First is the social distancing. Second is using mask on nose and mouth. And third is washing the hands regularly with soap. So now you understood how harmful these viruses are. Let us move on to the third type of microbes, that is protozoa. Protozoa are one-celled organisms. They are bigger than bacteria in size and they can move from place to place. Amoeba and paramecium are common protozoa. Some protozoa live in fresh water, some in salt water and other in soil. And some protozoa, they are parasites and they live in the body of other organisms. So what are the diseases caused by protozoa? Protozoa cause diseases like dysentery, malaria, etc. Do you know how the disease malaria spread? Yes, it is spread by the bite of an infected female mosquito. So, you know what actually causes it? It is caused by protozoa. And the protozoa infects the mosquito and the bite of infected mosquito spread the malaria in human too. Now let us move on to the fourth type of microbe, fungi. Fungi are non-green plants because they do not contain chlorophyll. So they cannot make their own food. So how they get their food? They get their food from dead and decaying plants and animals. Mostly fungi grow in dark, warm and moist places. They grow on dead and decaying plants and animals. Yeast, mold, mushroom are common examples of fungi. Fungi may be one-celled or many-celled. For example, yeast is one-celled and mushrooms are many-celled. Like bacteria, some fungi are useful and some other are harmful. Do you know what helps in making bread and fluffy idlis? It is a useful fungus called yeast. Yeast makes the bread and idlis fluffy and spongy. It is also used for making dosa, dhokla, bhatura, etc. Mushroom is a fungus and some mushrooms are eaten as food. Some fungi are used as medicine. Penicillium is a fungus that can kill bacteria that cause infection. So penicillium is used to make penicillin, which is an antibiotic. So children, what is antibiotic? Antibiotic is a medicine used to kill bacteria. Sometimes you see a thin greenish grey layer on the bread, and this layer is mold. It grows on plants, fabrics, wood and also on food. Some fungi attack the skin and cause diseases like ringworm, eczema, athlete's foot, etc. The hair dandruff is also caused by fungi. So children, we have learnt about different types of microbes: bacteria, viruses, protozoa, fungi. Let us learn about uses of microbes. Some microbes are good while some other are harmful to us. And the harmful microbes that cause diseases are called germs. So, what are germs? Germs are harmful microbes that cause diseases. Some bacteria and fungi are good while some other cause diseases to us and our pet and domestic animals, and some spoil our food. And as I already said you that viruses are always harmful to us. So first we learn about useful microbes. Microbes are useful in many ways. Some microbes help to make useful products like ice cream, cheese, toothpaste, vinegar, glue, detergent, medicine, etc. Have you seen that your mother making curd from milk? Yes, it is a type of bacteria, Lactobacillus bacteria, that convert milk into curd. Yeast is a useful fungus. It is used for making bread, dosa, idli, bhatura, etc. Some microbes preserve food like pickles, and some mushrooms are used as food and they are rich in protein. Some microbes live in our intestine and they help in the digestion of our food. Some microbes help to clean the environment by decomposing the dead plants and animals. Some fungi are used as medicine. Penicillin is a life-saving medicine made by fungi, and it is world's first antibiotic, and it is used to treat a variety of bacterial infections. So children, that was about some useful and good microbes. Now, all microbes are not good for us. Some microbes are harmful to us, and the harmful microbes are called germs. The harmful microbes are called germs, and they cause diseases like measles, common cold, cholera, typhoid, viral fever, polio, malaria, etc. So, how germs enter in our body? Germs can enter in our body in many ways. So, what are they? Germs can enter in our body by breathing in dirty air. Germs from the infected person spread through the air to others by sneezing or coughing with uncovered mouth. So, we should cover our nose and mouth when we coughs or sneezes. Germs can enter through cuts and wounds. So, wounds should be covered, otherwise germs can be made the wounds worse. Germs can enter our body by eating unhygienic food and by drinking unclean water. Germs can enter our body if we eat street food from vendors who keep their food items uncovered, because insects like cockroaches, houseflies, etc. visit dirty places and microbes stick to their legs or other parts. So these insects sit to open food items and spread germs. So food should be get covered to prevent spreading of diseases. As germs are present everywhere in air, water and on land. So apart from food, drinking water should also be cleaned. It should be chlorinated, boiled or filtered. Drinking unclean water will make us ill. So children, I think you have understood how germs spread diseases. So, can we fight against these diseases? Yes. To keep ourselves fit and healthy, we need to protect ourselves from harmful microbes. So, how can we protect us from these harmful microbes? Doing small things in our daily life, we can protect ourselves from harmful microbes, like washing fruits and vegetables before eating. This removes the dirt and germs from their surface. The food also be cooked properly. Do you know why we place the leftover food in refrigerator? Because microbes do not grow in cold places and die on heating. So leftover food should be refrigerated or boiled properly before eating. The stale food should thrown away and not consumed. We must eat fresh food and drink clean water. We should wash hands properly. The microbes enter our body through our dirty hands and nails. So, always wash the hands with soap and trim the nails. We should disinfect our bathroom and kitchen regularly. Next is taking proper vaccines for diseases, as vaccines can prevent many infectious diseases. There are vaccines for children and adults. designed to provide protection against many diseases. Do you know why newborn or infant should get vaccinated? So that they do not get the dangerous diseases like polio, hepatitis B, etc. So now you have understood how germs spread diseases and how we can save ourselves from getting sick. Keep proper hygiene and maintain good habits, as microbes love damp, dirty places. So, cleanliness is the best weapon to fight them. Now, children, this chapter is over. So, we have learned in this session about tiny organisms, microbes, and types of microbes, useful and harmful microbes, and also the protection from harmful microbes. So, now there is homework for you. Question number 1. Give 2 ways in which bacteria are useful. Second, what are germs? Third, how can we protect ourselves from microbes? So, state 5 points. So, you do this homework in your rough copy. First, you read the chapter, learn all difficult terms, all exercises, and also the question answers. So, have a good day. Thank you.